Okay, Marvin Bugalu Smith here. You caught me today with my earphones on. I want to introduce everybody to this new series in drumming. I've been reading the responses. I've been watching the numbers. I've been watching the statistics on my videos. And you guys seem like you really like the video where I talked about the flow. It's about 160 some views that have seen it, and it's only been up for 2 days. So I'm going to make a new series called C&C. And what C&C stands for is Marvin Bugalu Smith's Concept Corners. And Concept Corners is a wonderful new series of videos, educational, learn how to play the drums the real way, without all of the bad habits, and get the desired results that you would need. Now I'm going to look over here to my other computer, which is over here to my left hand side. I got the video camera on me, so you're going to see me turning my head. I'll be reading the computer. So, new homework by Marvin Bugalu Smith called C&C, or Concept Corners by Bugalu. In this series, Bugalu explains his personal concept on drums. He explains about changing moment to moment or playing moment to moment in time. I never practice anything that will program me for the bandstand. I practice to stay loose, so I can get to everything easy and at will. I stay loose so I can relax and respond to everything that is put before me in the music. He explains about the spirit, that you cannot plan the spirit, that the spirit lives in the unknown, and most drummers want to know everything. Drummers think that to know something is wisdom, but this is not true. This is small wisdom. Big wisdom is the unknown. So Bugalu will show you firsthand how he practices. Bugalu talks about the positive and negative charge in the cymbal beat, and how to keep it flowing moment to moment. I'm also going to be dealing with the emotional side of the bandstand. What you bring to the bandstand, the drum is just a big amplifier of your inner feeling. So if you come to the bandstand in a state of anger and play the drums, the state of anger will be manifested in your listener when they hear the music. So I'm going to be dealing with that. Now, I hear a lot of drummers playing, everybody's got the double pedal, and I can play the double pedal too. You don't really want to know how I can play the double pedal, because I don't practice or nothing. I just put it on the drum and play some stuff that's unbelievable. But what I'm playing now is a single pedal drum. That's to make you work. That double pedal, I see everybody playing, and the feet are going 100 miles an hour and the hands are going 2 miles an hour. And everything to me sounds like blah, 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 blah. And that's fantastic. But when you consider that the drum is used for communication, then it becomes evident that we don't talk like this. Because if we talk like that, it would sound like we had a bunch of marbles in our mouth, and people would say, take the marbles out your mouth and talk so I can hear you clearly. The drum was clearly used for communication. This is how they beat the English, because they always knew how the English were coming off the boat. That's because they had a sentry that was at the beach. He played a drum. The English heard it as a drum beat. The tribe heard it as a signal to prepare for war. So the English could never figure out how come every time they tried to take the cannon and stuff off the boat, the natives would never let them get off the beach. And they sent a scout in, and the scout took the drum, and that stopped the natives from being able to communicate. They couldn't communicate no more. So the English were able to come off the boat with the cannon and the troops and have a war inland. But that only happened after the English got beat so bad they had to go back to England and bring some more people. So the drum was clearly communication. And today we have Western Union, stop, stop. That is actually the conversation that the drummers were playing on the mountaintop. They didn't make no money for it, but Western Union made $950 million. So, the drum is about communication. It's about saying something. It's not about talking fast. Yeah, it's nice. It's impressive that people can go around the drums like that. But it's more important to play something that communicates a message to someone else. And so I think all the young drummers should really get that together. I'm teaching about feathering the bass drum. When you play the bass drum loud in today's music, funk music, the bass drum's in the front. Jazz music, the bass drum, the cymbals in the front. And the bass drum is feathering lightly. And where you hear the big boom is the accents coming off the time. I think the drummers should play more, worry about the time more than they worry about playing licks, because their playing becomes gimmick playing. They play all the licks, but what happens if you go in the bandstand and the band doesn't play something that's going to allow you to play that lick? You become stuck. You program yourself for the bandstand by practicing, and then when you go to the bandstand, you play that very thing. I never do that. I play and I stay loose, and when I go to the bandstand, whatever they play, I can take it 1,000 levels up. So I'm going to give you these secrets, so you guys look out for my email. I'm going to be sending the email, and take some time. You got to have some patience with this drum. It's not going to come overnight, and it's not going to be beneath to you by me. If it is beneath to you by me, you bet your bottom dollar you're going to put some real work in. Chad Anderson did 1 year with me online, and he didn't even know exactly what I was doing, but he did the work. And then he came here. The lessons got so good, he came here and met me for the first time in January. And then Chad disappeared for 6 months when he was at home in Tupelo, Mississippi, practicing in that, I call it the woodshed, but it was his study, wherever he got his drums. And then after that, he went online and he did a video on stream. And I tell you, he was playing as good as Elvin Jones, as good as Philly Joe, and as good as Max. And you can see the video. All you got to do is click in the Chad Anderson site. He got the video up on his YouTube page. That happened because he studied. He did exactly what I told him to do for 1 year. And he's a very happy man now because his playing is very clear, very strong, and it's back to where the masters are. If you young boys want to get it, you got to put some time in. You got to stop giving up on yourself. I read the comments. I say, I know how you give up. You give up because you don't get the thing in 1 day. You're not going to get it in 1 day. Drums is about disappointment. I also deal with talking about the spirit. First of all, the spirit cannot be planned. Man wants to plan everything. Spirit is unplannable. When you stop trying to plan the spirit, that's when it comes. Now, I'm cutting off, and I'm going to put this up. I'm going to make some prayer, and then I'm going to put my drums up and start this other part of the series. Okay, I'm going to deal with the rudiments. I'm going to play the rudiments 1 through 13, and I'm going to explain them, and then I'm going to play them again with application on the drum set with the cymbals and all that. And then that's going to be in this series too, CC. In the series of CC. Concept Corners. And then I'm going to, all of this is going to be part of the series. So if you want to get your playing together and get your playing together fast, then follow my instructions to the letter, and it will happen before a year's over. Otherwise, you're at the mercy of these guys on the internet. They just trying to make some money. You notice I don't have no credit card. You don't have to send me a dime. I do it all free because I love the instrument so much, and I love playing. So I want you guys to play good too. So if you listen to me, you will be playing better. If you don't, you're on your own. I'm cutting out. Ciao.